welcome back. This is Scooble with more Let's Play Pokémon LeafGreen. I am joined as always by Dumpus and his Pokemon team of Templayer, Rumpus, Bebo, Samja, Nibbler, and Sanders. When we last left off, we made it to Vermilion City. So let's explore the town by talking to you first. We're careful about pollution here. We've heard Grimer multiplies in toxic sludge. I believe we have seen a Grimer before. It is toxic sludge. Doesn't multiply, it just is toxic sludge. Alright, let's talk to this old guy here. Did you see the SSN moored in the harbor? I did not, but it is indeed here. Now, we will go into the Pokemon Center. There is something useful in here. Let's talk to everybody, though, because they all have something interesting to say, I'm sure. It is true that a higher level Pokemon will be more powerful, but all Pokemon will have weak points against specific types, except Psychic. So, there appears to be no universally strong Pokemon, except for Psychic. Seriously, Psychic was a huge oversight on them, and I'll go into the details of that once we find their main weakness, in my mind, which would be Ghost. And we'll go over why they failed with that later. But seriously, you need a Psychic Pokemon on your team. I recommend Abra and Kadabra. Even if they are the same level, Pokemon can have very different stats and abilities. This is something that they should have told us in Palette, seriously. A Pokemon raised by a trainer is stronger than one in the wild. Indeed, it is. Let's talk to you. My Pokemon was poison. It fainted while we were walking. Yeah, that's what the blurriness was. Seriously, the game tried to warn you and everything. The urge to battle with someone you've tangled with before. Have you ever had that urge? I'm sure you have. I wanted to battle certain people again, over and over, too. So, I've been giving these away. Please take one, and we get the Versus Seeker. And we're going to put that in our key items pocket. Use that device, and you'll find trainers looking for a rematch. You have to charge its battery to use it, though. This is something that I may or may not use. I haven't fully decided. Pretty much, you use it, and they'll tell you when another trainer is ready to fight again. But I don't think I'm going to need all that much training. Maybe before the end, kind of the fake end, but maybe then, maybe. I haven't fully decided. But we need to head in here because this guy will also give us something that is important and not important at the same time. I'm the fishing guru. I simply love fishing. I can't bear to go without. Tell me, do you like to fish? Sure. Grand, I like your style. I think we can be friends. Take this and fish, young friend. And we get an old rod from the fishing guru, which is important and not important at the same time. Fishing is a way of life. It is like the finest poetry. From the seas to rivers, go out and land the big one, my friend. Sure, we will do that. And now we do have the ability to fish. We have the ability, finally, to catch a water-type Pokemon. The problem is, and you'll see it's quite a big problem, the old rod only catches one type of Pokemon, and I am going to catch one, or at least attempt to. I don't know how much effort I'm willing to put into it, though. An old and beat-up fishing rod used by any body of water to fish for wild Pokemon. So, you can register it if you're going to fish a lot. I'm probably just going to fish the one time. And if I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. Let's use it! Now, around here, and actually close by... Really? Not even a nibble? Are you serious? Around here and by SSN, I believe have the same levels, but the Pokemon that we'll catch, and there's only the one, can come between levels 5 and 15. And I think it's just those two. I don't think you can catch like a level 8 or anything like that. It's either 5 or 15. So if you are looking to catch one, and for the most part... Seriously? What the hell? I've never had this bad of luck with an old rod. If you are playing along, I would highly recommend that you get a Pokemon, this Pokemon. But since I'm doing an unevolved challenge, there's really not a point in me catching one. There we go, a Pokemon's on the hook! And we're up against a Magikarp. There's really no surprises there. I would hold out until you get a level 15 one. It'll save you a lot of time, but level 5 is definitely more common It is a male. That is good for what I have in mind. We're going to use Sing. I'm not even going to bother trying to weaken it because it is just level 5. And interesting. I get it right away. So let's start throwing balls at it. Magikarp. This is a Pokemon that we had the opportunity to purchase earlier in the game over by Mount Moon. I went against the grain, really, with my recommendation of never purchasing from that guy to get a Magikarp, and I stand by that. But I will say that the Pokemon is actually one of the best in the game if you evolve it. But I have to put in the caveat there, even though I said I wasn't going to talk about it too much, I have to put in the caveat that it is one of the best Pokemon in the game for single player. If you are even thinking of multiplayer, I would not recommend this one. But for now, we will go ahead and try to catch ourselves a Magikarp. Shouldn't be too difficult. Magikarp is actually a joke Pokemon. Gotcha, Magikarp was caught. And it was added to the Pokédex. A Water's Edge Pokemon. In the distant past, it was somewhat stronger than the horribly weak descendants that exist today. Like I said, it is a joke Pokemon. In the game, in the anime, it is a joke. However, it is based off an old Japanese legend that a carp will swim upstream. I honestly don't know if carp swim upstream. I've never hung out by rivers with carp in them. I'm from Southern California. It's a desert. But when it swims upstream, it'll go into a waterfall, and then once it's in the waterfall, it will evolve into a dragon. Or not evolve, it'll change into a dragon. What that means in this game is that it actually evolves into a dragon, even though it's technically not a dragon type. It's technically water flying. That Pokemon is known as Gyarados, and it is one of the best single player Pokemon out there. Very good attack. They had to nerf the special attack, so really you have to focus on physical attack. In Generation 3 for playing Red, Blue, and Yellow, just go all out, give it every move that you want because it is a damn good Pokemon. However, Gyarados' water flying make it 4 times weak to electricity, which is never good in first generation multiplayer. And I'll go over that more later, even though I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but electricity is definitely something that I want to talk about. I, of course, will give a nickname to Magikarp. Who do I hate? As suggested by absolutely no one, this is going to be Luke, the Magikarp. We're going to store him in Bill's PC, where we may never see him again. Not as bad as Weedle, because Magikarp can actually learn a couple moves eventually. Something better than Poison Sting, but not by any means a good Pokemon by itself. I know a lot of people swear by Gyarados. I'm conflicted on Gyarados myself, to be honest with you. Great Pokemon. Don't usually use them on my team, though. It's kind of weird. But if you look here, you can get a Max Ether in these versions of the game, and the previous ones that will not be there. Yeah, you can almost judge how somebody plays Pokemon by how they feel about Gyarados. To me, I'm just conflicted. So many conflicting emotions. But I would recommend it if for a little while. Maybe once you get to the end of the game, you can find something better, though. 4 times weakness to electricity. I just have a hard time with that. Oh, and by the way, Gyarados is not good once it evolves at level 20. It probably takes you about 25 to 30 before Gyarados actually starts being good. So just because your Gyarados sucks at level 21 doesn't mean you should give up on it. And here's a Machop out in the wild, and he's stomping the land flat. Wouldn't like Geodude or Onix be better for that? I'm putting up a building on this plot of land. I own it all. My Pokemon is tamping the land to lay the foundation. I'm sure you're quite proud. Down here, though, we can find a gym. As you can see, I do not have access to it. I need to cut down this tree. Or I could just hop the fence, swim a little bit. No, our character cannot do that. And here we find a Pokemon fan club. All Pokemon fans, welcome! Oh, did I ever tell you how much of a fan I am of Rotom? Like, did I ever tell you when I had 6 Rotoms? It was awesome. Hey, Seal. Hey, a Pikachu, I know you. The hell's a seal? Won't you admire my Pikachu's adorable tail? Seal is one of those Pokemon that I usually bring up when people say that the Pokemon creators are becoming less and less creative. I'm like, here, it's a seal. They named it Seal. It really is a seal Pokemon. Its evolution is better, but seriously, that's just a seal, and they named it Seal. They misspelled it to make it sound like it was different. Oh dear, my seal is far more attractive, by double I would say. Then what? Double than what? Our chairman is very vocal about Pokemon. I'm sure he is. Alright, let's do it. I chair the Pokemon fan club. I raise more than 100 Pokemon. I'm very fussy when it comes to Pokemon. I surely am. So, did you come visit to hear about my Pokemon? I did! Good. Then listen up. My favorite Rapidash. It's cute, lovely, smart, plus amazing. You think so? Oh yes. It's stunning, kindly. Love it. Hug it when sleeping. Warm and cuddly. Spectacular. Ravishing. Whoa! Ravishing! Ooh, look at the time! I kept you too long. Thanks for hearing me out. I want you to have this. And for that very creepy thing, we get a bike voucher. And we're going to put that in the key items pocket. Take that bike voucher to the bike shop in Vermilion City. Exchange that for a bicycle free of charge. Don't worry, my favorite Firo will fly me anywhere I need to go, so I have no need for a bicycle. Anytime anything is all in caps, that is important. Firo will fly. Fly is something that we will do at some point. I hope you like cycling. Indeed I do, and I will actually head back and get that bike pretty shortly here. I'm not going to really beat around the bush and wait until later. I want that damn bike. How you doing? Hi, do you have a Spearow? Want to trade it for my Farfetchd? No. Even if you have a spare Spearow, I would not recommend this. Farfetchd is only good for filling out your Pokédex. That's it. It even comes with an item that increases its critical chance, I think. It increases something with criticals. And it's still not worth it. It's not worth it. That's too bad. Your Farfetchd sucks. But this is the only way you can get a Farfetchd if that's what you're trying to do, you know, is catch all the Pokemon. But I would assume if you're trying to catch all the Pokemon, you're probably game sharking at this point. That you're not actually trying to do it on an emulator and somehow trade. But maybe you are. But that would be the only way to get a Farfetchd. Hey, Pidgey. I want to exchange mail with all sorts of people. I send my Pidgey to a union room to exchange mail for me. Good for you. I do not. Dear Pippi, lawn stockings, I assume. I hope to see you soon. I heard Saffron has problems with Team Rocket. I also heard I can't get into Saffron because the way is shut. Vermilion appears to be safe. Sure, appears. I'm getting my Pidgey to fly a letter to Saffron in the north because the way is shut. It is kept by those who are dead, and the dead keep it. But we can head into the PokeMart. I think Pokemon can be good or bad. It depends on the trainer. They're like dog fighters. Like, I have a good dog that fights, I guess. There are wicked Pokemon who will use There are wicked people who will use Pokemon for criminal acts. There are also wicked Pokemon that will use people for criminal acts, but not in the game, only in the movies, from what I remember. At least one in particular. Team Rocket traffics in rare Pokemon, for example. They also abandon Pokemon that they consider unpopular or useless. I'm not entirely sure how much they go for rare Pokemon in the game, because they all seem to have Zubats and Ekans and Coughings, which aren't that rare. I mean, Ekans are a little rare, but I mean, it's not like they're going for single Pokemon only, which we haven't encountered just yet. That's the sort of horde people they are, Team Rocket. Like, if they were going for a rare Pokemon, why don't they go for the Farfetchd? Like I said, that's the only way to get. The girl's got the only Farfetchd in the game. Do you have anything new? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like there's anything new here. Maybe I could purchase more super potions. As you can see, I have a lot of money. I also need to sell some things. Money is not too big of an issue for me right now. I will, however, need to get a few more Pokeballs. I'm down to just 2, I believe, before I Actually, I think that's it for here. Oh, here we find Vermillion Harbor with the sailor here. The SSN is a famous luxury cruise ship. It visits Vermilion once a year, and we happen to be here that time of year. That would be the entrance to the SSN. We will take care of that in a bit. Should you go through the entrance, though, there will be more water on the other side. I believe that is a better opportunity for you to catch a level 15 Magikarp than where we were, but I don't have the stats in front of me to prove it. Notice, Route 12 may be blocked off by a sleeping Pokemon. Nothing, it totally is. Detour through Rock Tunnel to Lavender Town, says the police. And they just put a sign in the middle of a fence to prove it. And here we find Route 11 and Diglett's Cave. So I have the opportunity to get 2 new Pokemon. You'll never guess what I'm going to find in Diglett's Cave. But here also is Route 11. Nothing new there, at least for me. Let me make sure that I have all the Pokeballs that I'm going to need. Actually, I was wrong. There is a new Pokemon in Route 11 in all versions of the game. I don't know why it slipped my mind. I'm not expecting to find it. I did. Are you kidding me? And here we find a Drowzee. I think I have spoken a little bit about Drowzee before. It is a pretty good Pokemon, pretty good, mostly because it is psychic, and if you were unable to catch an Abra, this is a good kind of replacement for a while, but overall it's for a psychic Pokemon that does love confusion. It's not that great because it's mostly built as kind of the physical attacker of psychic Pokemon, and of course psychic is... That was a critical, really? Psychic is a special type, as you might expect. That was way too close. Way too close. Come on, sing, 10 players, sing your heart out. Oh, it has insomnia, so I will not be able to put it to sleep. Alright, well, it's low enough anyway. Should be able to catch it with Pokeball. I do not remember everybody's abilities in these versions of the game. I will be the first to admit that. But have I caught myself a Drowzee? I did. I have been so lucky with the Pokeballs. I will miss one of these times. I swear I will, and I will talk about why it sucks later. But hey, I caught myself a Drowzee. That is something that I did not expect. Is a grassland Pokemon, is a hypnosis Pokemon. It puts enemies to sleep, then eats their dreams. Occasionally gets sick from eating only bad dreams. I'm not sure I've seen that happen, no. It's pretty heavy. It weighs 70 pounds for only 3 foot. Plus, it's got the trunk as if it was a... I think they're going for Tapir? I think they're going for Tapir. And we will give a nickname to the captured Drowzee, and I might actually be using Drowzee on my team and get rid of probably Nibbler. Sorry, Nibbler.